Well, folks, welcome back to episode 53 of the Backroad Banter podcast, or season 2, episode 1, whichever way you want to spin it.
Year 2 for sure.
Year 2 for sure, yeah. It's a new year. By the time this comes out, it's a new year. I guess it's not a new year right now, not for us, but we're time traveling. And by the time you guys see this, it will be a new year. And, we might be dead or in jail or both, or neither, or somewhere in between. We might be at Hogwarts or...
Really, I think the biggest thing, it just depends on how the downshift effect really takes place for us over the holiday season.
That's right.
New Year's is really big for the downshift effect. And with as many people that are cross-traveling as we usually do for the New Year's, things can get mixed up. So we aren't sure where we'll be at,
Yeah.
Here come 54, but... Yes, we are here for 53, a new year, a new season, as you said. Not really a new season, but also a new season.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I got some things. We'll talk about some goals. We'll talk about all the New Year's stuff. Talk about some Christmas stuff. But I don't know. We'll just take it one at a time and see what's going on. How was your Christmas, dude? We'll get into that. How's Christmas?
It was nice. Christmas was the shit. Christmas was the bomb. I had a good time. My brother got to come down. I don't get to see him very often. I will get to see him again in a few weeks. But normally I don't get to see him very often, so it's cool that he got to make it down. We did all of our Christmas presents. I got some new clothes. Got this new hoodie right here that looks exactly like my old hoodie, which is nice. I'm a man of habit and tradition.
Yep. Don't need to change something if it's not messed up.
Right?
Good Carhartt. That's Carhartt.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, Christmas was, nothing, I don't want to say nothing special because that makes it sound shitty, but it was a good time. It was a really good time. Jocelyn got down here Christmas night. I gave her those flowers that are sitting over there in the corner and the rest of her stuff. I got some other nice new shit from her too. And then I also got the coolest thing. I got some Cavs tickets. So I get to go see the Cavaliers here in a few days. Few weeks, I guess, not a few days. And then I'll be more than excited to talk about that trip after it happens. But yeah, we're the new year's looking pretty good. Hadn't even started yet, but it's looking solid.
Good. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's the best thing, especially as an adult. I like that you mentioned everybody that came in because that's really, at least for me, that's my favorite thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is not just being able to buy gifts for people that you're able to, but getting to just see the people you haven't been able to for such a long time. And I know you and your brother. I'm used to seeing people that, I'm not directly related to in that sense. So I know that had to be really cool to see him.
Yeah, and then I got to see, I forgot that this happened after our last recording. I also got to see you and Nate. And I got to really, actually meet your daughter for the first time. Because I'd seen her before, I'd been over there before, but whenever I was over there, she was that big and asleep. So, yeah, I didn't get to, interact with her. It was cool to hang out with her and, you and your wife and Nate and his wife. And it was a good time. It was cool to see everybody. The extracurriculars were fun. And then it was a damn good week. I liked it. I hate that it's coming to an end. I hate that I got to pack up and go back to Pittsburgh. But, that is what it is. And it's... it
makes it cool to be able to think back on and be like, man, I had a good time that whole... That's I know what you're saying there. That's how I look at it. My Christmas celebrations technically started before our Friendsmas and everything, and they went great with family. But that Friendsmas, it was just so fantastic. Nathan said it in a good way earlier, right before we ate, that if you didn't make the time or take the time to plan things out, then you missed the few opportunities that you may get to see and hang out with each other. So that's what I really got to sit back after everybody had left. Me and Faith were talking about it. It was really cool. One, how successful we think the evening went, just with the few of us, which obviously it's not going to blow up or anything. But also just how good of a time it was to have everybody over for a good purpose. And there were just conversations that, covered anything and everything, but everybody got to catch up. And like you said, you and Nathan and Maya got to really see and meet and talk and play with Layla and see how that is. So for me and Faith, that's really special for us.
It was a blast.
Yeah, that Friendsmas, that was just awesome. That'll be something I'm forever appreciative of, and something that now we look forward to trying to make an annual thing, no matter where we're at, because that's just too good of memories.
Yeah, man. And even if you guys don't want to host it every year, I'm sure next year we'll be in a good position to host a dinner because we're not.
Yeah, that would be, and that would be the best thing is to be able to travel and actually be around and experience each other's lives and houses and lifestyles.
Should be pretty cool, man. It'd be a good little tradition to establish.
Yes, yeah, especially as we're getting older and everything. Which, oh my gosh,
we're getting older fast.
Getting older fast, and life's going on fast, and think about where everybody is career-wise and kid-wise, and just relationships in general. It's crazy, dude. 2025's over, and this is that's just crazy to think of because a lot of things have happened in this year, but at the same time, it feels like it went by so quickly that it shouldn't have.
This year was so weird because I talked to Jocelyn about it a couple weeks ago. I think this was like the best worst year ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was stressful. It was probably the most stressful year. It's probably the year where the most bullshit happened. But it was also the year where, like, at least me personally, of course, everybody's year is going to be different. But mine was like, while it was the worst and the most bullshit happened, it was also where the most fun happened.
Yeah.
Like my year was really both of the extremes, and obviously the bad things weren't as bad as it could have been because thankfully, everybody that I know,
you have a support system.
Everybody's still alive.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Didn't lose anybody, thankfully. You know what I mean? But at least not to death. Like everybody's still alive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the lows were low and the highs were incredibly high. It was far from average. Like there was barely any average point about the year other than the times when I was working. But that's
plenty of things you could point to and be like, "Holy cow, 2025! That was kind of eventful and stuff." Was there
roller coaster?
Was there a lot of? This is my biggest thing now that we're getting older, and it's actually what I was going to touch on. Is there a biggest can you see a lot of points of personal growth or just like personal downfall, but you've realized things about yourself within it?
Definitely growth.
Yeah.
Definitely growth. I'm trying to think of personal downfall, like
which that may not have happened. Like,
it did, but it didn't. Like I got lazy. You know what I mean? Like I got lazy. I packed on the weight. Like I'm much larger than I was when we started this.
Yeah.
That's really about the downfall. Like in terms of things that I've done or haven't done. That's about as far as that's gone. It's just that I kind of stopped giving a shit for a little. I don't want to say stop giving a shit, but it's like just stop taking care of myself, let everything else kind of consume me when it didn't have to. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't as overwhelming as it could have been, but it's just like I got lazy. So I learned from that. Gonna try to turn that around for sure. But personal growth for sure, 100%.
That's
there have been plenty of times this year where had they happened to me when I was 22, 23, 24, I would have reacted very differently, and it would have been bad for like a good bit of people involved.
Yep.
Like I would have made some really shitty decisions. And then of course I've been in a relationship the whole year. That has also taught me a lot of self-control and how to pick my battles and things like that. But even stuff outside of that, like there's been a handful of things that if I'd been younger, I would have turned into like an unnecessary conflict.
Yes.
Something that shit that was like not necessarily easy to let go, but when you think about it, you're like,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, like I'm not going to jail over idiot A, B, or C just because they're idiots. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. That's that's really big, and honestly, to be able to look and to think back on and to only have, not that like personal health should obviously be a big issue, but if you're just talking about your personal health in terms of eating differently or gaining a little bit of weight, that being the only thing that you're looking back on and being can consider a negative, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Because holy shoot, dude, and honestly, hearing that though, it gives me a different perception within it because for myself, I was just thinking of every aspect that I had failed or that like I'd given up on or stopped trying or that I just reacted, like you were just saying, reacted in a way that one was not of my age, but also wasn't of the standard that I have to hold as being a father and a husband and all of the things that I am. So it's a lot of self-recognition in terms of the things that I'm doing wrong. But now you kind of make me want to flip it and be like, hey, they were all learning moments though for me, and within that, like even to this day, like, oh my gosh, the hardest thing that there ever is to, like, including being a parent, I think, is being married. And it doesn't matter how much you love the other person or care about them or how this, like, to be with somebody on that level and what is supposed to be forever is, it creates strains that you don't even realize, and especially like ones that shouldn't be, larger ones. So learning how to handle those, but also diffuse them and know it. Like it's been a bit, it's been a big year for me in that aspect of second, third year of marriage, kind of, and figuring definitely out of the honeymoon phase, and obviously with the age of Layla into some real development and growth phases. I'm having to face a lot of things that I have to do on that side to really better myself and not act so 22 and 23 like you were saying. Like it's a real. I'm having a reconciliation moment right now. It's really good. But it's really appreciated because within that, I'm also like just to think about where we were at the beginning of 2025 all the way to here. Like personally, professionally, within this podcast, like all around. Huge success of a year. I think 2025 has been one of the most successful years that I've had, not looking at anything outside of what ends up mattering in life, which is how you feel and what you're doing and the people that you're surrounded with,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'd say the big thing that's improved throughout my year. I'd say the biggest improvement I've had is like mental health. I think I've done very well.
Yes.
I think I've done very well, and part of that's not living alone, and having people to hang out with and getting out of my house and doing shit. That's been a big game changer. But despite the lows that have happened throughout the year, I would consider the year a win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think it's easier to look at it as a win than it is a loss.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Made it out on the other side. We did this thing the whole damn year. We're still going.
And we're still going.
We're still going strong and no end in sight.
Mm-hmm.
And I consider the whole thing a year. It was in fact a year. I would consider the whole thing a year because that's what it was. I would also consider it a win. I'd consider it a win. And but like at the same time, it's a win that I'm not going to be I'm happy with, but I won't be complacent with, and I'd like to make the coming year a much larger win.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's awesome. We can get into like our New Year's goals and what we have or what maybe we want to have, and then it just kind of documents what they are and helps satisfy it more, Well, let me ask you. You were just talking about this year being. This just kind of extends on it. There are some people that I'm sure just don't have the option, or maybe are in a position to where they aren't comfortable going out and meeting other people and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you were talking about this year being a big win because obviously you weren't stuck inside. You had somebody to do stuff with, but even on maybe on a professional level, on a personal level, in terms of work or passions for work or kind of what you're doing in general, are there things that you can point to and be like, no, this was a good year for that as well because I learned A, B, and C either about myself or about jobs in general? And
I'll say, of course I've broadened my horizon and really, really accepted earlier in the year I was, presented with because I've been, browsing for jobs, whatever, because I'm not at my forever job right now.
Yep.
But I definitely have, got it out of my head, oh, no, I can't do that. I thought of that a million times. I'm like, why the fuck can't I? Everybody's new at something at some point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I got that out of my head. I'm ready for something new instead of being like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't do that. I'm not going to know what I'm doing until I do it. So I've got that out of my head, and another big thing is I've learned to not hate my job as much because my job's frustrating and it's stressful, but it's not anything to get bent out of shape over. Get irritated, mumble to yourself as you're driving the forklift through the warehouse and push on about your day. You know what I mean? Don't hold it in, get it out, but don't explode. Don't go around cussing at people, yelling and throwing shit. Just be like, this is fucking stupid. This guy's an asshole. I'm I'm kind of tired of this shit. But then, not like
you get through it and you're like,
don't take it home. Don't sleep on it. Reset. Go back your next day fresh. Like, because it ain't all that bad. Especially like, I've had jobs that are much worse. I've had jobs where I could like barely stand anybody that I work there with. Like, yeah, my job's frustrating. My coworkers are sick. I like those guys. I like the good majority of those guys. So I've gotten really good at. While I, have accepted that's not my forever job, I've gotten good at like
taking appreciation
for what parts of it are good and what parts don't suck. Yeah,
acknowledging that, like, okay, it could be worse for you at least.
Yeah, because if I tried hard enough, I could find every reason to be miserable at that place. But there's no point in that,
dude. It's
extra energy.
I loved it. I love what you said and how you said that because it is spot on, and it goes for anybody in any job. I think, which obviously there are jobs that suck more.
Yeah.
But it comes down to, for the most part, you choose the job that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, your perception or your mentality is 100%. Now, I'll say 85 to 90% dependent upon how you are looking and taking situations. Because we all can be negative. Like, you can take any situation and be negative. Like, I have learned that in my job that I'm in now because I loved it so much for my first year. And then I realized, like, I literally had it on a sticky note. I realized that I just kind of got burnt out, as most people do at a certain point. So it's right now I'm trying to get back into that appreciation mode. But it also, whenever I realized and wrote that I was burnt out, it made me think back to so many situations. And I was like, why did I make things more difficult just because I could make things more difficult? And it just goes back to that mentality of what you do when you're first out of college, that 22, 23-year-old, it's your mentality changes as you get older and you come to try to find the moments to appreciate, but then it also helps whenever you have anything in life that you can be appreciative for. In terms of being able to go home, to a cat, to a baby, to a girlfriend or a wife, whatever it may be, but realizing that, like, that's the point, that the reason why I do this, no need to let that dictate my entire life's personality or attitude towards things. That's really what that's something that I constantly struggle with, but that's why I focus so much, or I really believe that everybody needs a good 20 to 30 minutes after work minimum to just unwind. To not necessarily be bombarded with questions or be like overwhelmed with wondering or trying to do things. It's like whenever you're done for the day, it takes a little bit to kind of get out of, oh my gosh, this was the day. And having a kid and stuff really shows you that.
Right.
But it's the best thing about it because in certain ways it's like, okay, I can slack here, or as much as I'd like to relax, I got to, like today, oh my gosh, this kid, holy shit, 2 years old. She got this box of 200 they're magnetic letters and numbers and signs and everything.
I think did she just get those? Because I thought I saw her playing with them.
She was playing. Okay, so those ones, I literally told, like, in my head, I was like, over 350 times. I'm taking the over on 350 times. I'll pick that up this year alone. I probably picked them up 8 times today alone. It was atrocious. It was so. And Faith picked them up some herself too, which Layla always helps us. She's the best. She always helps clean up, but it's still, she wants to clean them up just to dump them out and then laugh at us. And it's like, you little freaking, you know what you're doing.
That's funny.
But they're just so free. It's like, I don't get a break. I just want a break. But that's the good side of it. That's when you're like, okay, this isn't work. It is work, but it's work with a purpose.
Yeah.
It's a purpose that's driven by you instead of driven by money.
Yeah. I feel like part of that is also redeeming, like, whenever whenever she does dump the stuff out, I'm sure she laughs. And then you're just like, you're like smiling, but you're like,
dude, that's exactly what it is. Every time she does it, we're looking down. Faith starts laughing automatically because she knows how I am with messes. And So she's giggling automatically, and she sees my face, and I'm straight-faced mad until I see Faith, and then I start giggling once I see Faith, and we're like, okay, this is cute and funny, and then Layla looks at us and looks at her, and it's the best, dude. Can I have another beer?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's the best, but yeah, a lot of things to look back on, be appreciative for, and to honestly, this year was just good for that in general, to be able to. It's been good for my outlook on things.
Mm-hmm.
I've improved my outlook on things, similar to how I keep going back to it, but it was said so well. The attitude and the way that you look at situations when you're in your early 20s, you realize things aren't as explosive as what you know.
A lot of shit is what you make it, and if you make it something worse by holding on to it, then it's not your fault.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like,
and that is so easy to do. Yeah. So easy to make things worse when you're older because it's all on you. Like, it's so the only people that it looks bad on whenever you're blowing up in the end is like, oh, did you see how that guy reacted to that? That's like, dude. And I'm really terrible with that. That's one of the biggest things with being married is. Faith is such a calm person, and me, even without realizing it, is just how I am and how my family is. We're very loud and vocal, so it comes off in such a different manner that it's like trying to tame a wild beast that thinks he's a cat. Like I don't realize what I'm doing, and it just comes off so much worse, and then you're having to backtrack over the way that you presented yourself as well as the issue that you were trying to discuss as well, and it just ends up diluting that issue and becomes a complete separate one in itself. It's so easy to make things worse, dude.
Yes.
So easy.
Yes. Yeah. It's real easy to blow shit out of proportion and make something large out of something that shouldn't have been.
Yes.
Like, and I've even grown to be able to, like, not every time, because I don't think anybody can do it every time, but a lot more than I used to. Like, even when I get met with some, like, some women attitude.
Yeah.
No offense to any women that may see this, it's just gonna be one. It's just gonna be base mom, but some things that definitely warrant what the fuck was that for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for lack of better words, but a lot of the times now I'm really just good at just being like, okay.
That's fantastic. As somebody that's developed in a very developed relationship, obviously, that's fantastic. That just shows the amount of respect that you have for her, that you have for yourself and the relationship. And it's so funny. That's, again, something that I am struggling with currently. It's like, I used to be so good at that, and now it's like I catch myself and I tell Faith, I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, I don't know why I'll wait for the small little things to like pick or to start stuff, and in my mind they'll just be little, but I really don't think about how you'll take them or how they are taken in your situation. So then I start problems that are so much larger, and they're actually like a deeper issue than what it was started over. Yeah. So then it's resolving those, and that's where I go to now. Like, being a couple years into marriage is such a learning curve for both yourself, but the relationship itself, and then your partner. That it's almost like redating again. In a lot of ways. I guarantee it. It's really great, but it's a very tough and developing time. So. That's where we look back and we think, like, man, we're just so lucky with what we have been able to build that it helps to retighten, and, like, even just from the friendships that we have. And, like, I could literally go back to Tuesday. Like, I showed Faith because I was taking videos on my camcorder randomly on Tuesday night. Yeah. Tuesday evening, and we were watching them this evening, like, just to see the interaction of our friends with Layla. It's like, look at the life we're building and developing right now, and we're in the beginning of it, so we're not really able to take notice of it. But from those little things, we do, and we both looked at each other and we're like, "This is gonna make the best home video whenever I get it like fully cut together and everything." So then it's like, okay, this is what you fight for. This is why you want to change yourself if you need to make the change, but acknowledge, the things that are going wrong or the things that you are doing wrong that may be detrimental to it, and just reminds you more why you love them, why you want it to exist, and why you want it to continue. That's what it is. It's fighting for it. It's really it's amazing and humbling and all the feelings in one.
Right.
But it's I don't know. I went on a tangent there. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That's obviously something that I've been thinking about. I've got
because I was thinking, we did a lot of shit. We did a lot of looking back. I think we should do some looking forward as well, because you talked about goals.
Yeah, I got New Year's goals.
Yeah, you wanna roll those out? You wanna?
Yeah, let's. So I've got 4 categories that I think about whenever I think about setting goals. I think professionally, I think personally, I think financially, and now I think podcast wise.
Yeah.
Just because helps us aim and to do stuff. So I guess we can just go back and forth on these and kind of name some, or just if we name one, talk about it or whatever else. But, so personally, one of my biggest things I want to get for myself is my drone license, and that just leads into my years of experience now, but also to make me more versatile and stuff. And so that's just a personal thing that is very small, and a lot of people already have, so it doesn't mean much. But if I'm able to accomplish it, it's just like, you know what, that's something off of my list that I wanted to do, that I was able to do, and at some point will benefit me with as much as drone work already has. So that's pretty cool. That's kind of how a lot of my personal ones are. They're just little projects or things that I want to achieve that I think can highlight me in some way.
Right.
Whether it's just in some way. It could be so many different ways. I'm not sure. What are you looking to do personally this year?
Personally, I was gonna word it as the same old horseshit that everybody does with the losing weight thing. Like, that's one thing that I want to do, but I want to do the thing that leads into that, and it's really getting my discipline back. Like, re-disciplining myself, because I know I have it. I've spent a good chunk of my years moderately disciplined, not to the extent of like Nate, because Nate's like a different animal. But like, I just want to get my discipline back. Like, just stop. You kind of just like stop being lazy, like just when I can, because nobody makes me do anything, and I get my shit done at the house. You know what I mean? Like, the house is not a wreck, and the bills get paid, and I always go to work, and everything like that, like the stuff that people are supposed to do. But I want to get back into doing the things that, like, not really supposed to do, but can do.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
I just need to. I need to get my discipline back about me. Yeah, get my discipline back about me. So like, that just ranges from like going to the gym even when you don't want to, because there's all kinds of time. Even the people who work out religiously, there's some days they just fucking don't want to go. Yeah. Back whenever I did, there were some days when I just didn't want to go, but I went anyway. So I want to get that discipline back about myself. Same thing with like. Even if it's just little light shit, like whenever I have 2 or 3 days off or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to do some laundry, and then I'll put it off to the last day.
Yeah.
Like I want to stop doing that. Like, I want to get it done, right out of the gate. Kind of like earn my screw around time.
Yep.
Instead of like, I do my screw around time first and procrastinate everything else. And I still get it done, like what needs to be done, but then I stress myself out by putting myself on a time crunch and shit. Like, I just need to, I just want to get my discipline back, stop, earn my screw around time before I screw around, instead of taking my screw around time first and then trying to jam everything into the end of my free time. Like, so that's a big one. That's a big one for me, is just whether it be, editing or household chores or going to the gym, or just going on a walk, or getting out of
whatever
the house,
obligations you have,
or grocery shopping, just whatever. Like, just stop putting shit off. Just like, do it. You know what I mean? Just earn my screw around time, get my shit done, then screw around.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a big one for me. Is just really getting my discipline back, because I know I have it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not foreign to me. Just like it's like when I moved into my new apartment. I felt like a relaxation that I hadn't felt in a year because of my last place.
A little bit of safety.
Yeah, I got too comfortable. Like I need to get a little uncomfortable again and be fine with doing that. So yeah, just get my discipline back about myself is my main personal one. Yeah,
that's a good one, dude. I wrote that down because I'm going to add it to my post-it note, and it's for the exact same thing but kind of opposite reasons within itself. Self-discipline is something I think we all struggle with.
Yeah,
because it's so easy to be able to give yourself leeways,
especially as an adult. Like as a kid, you're held accountable. You know, you're playing sports. You got a coach in your ear. You got to do this, and this. And if you screw around all weekend and you come into practice Monday and you're dragging ass, like you're gonna get yelled at. You know what I mean? So it's easier whenever you're younger because you have somebody to hold yourself accountable, and then you get to be an adult. And for some it's easier than others, but sometimes it gets pretty hard to hold yourself accountable.
It's extremely hard, and so it goes back like I was saying. It's so easy to be able to give yourself leeway, mainly because you can justify things within your mind that other people won't understand, or other people just won't get because they aren't experiencing it. At least in the facet that you're understanding it.
Yeah.
So and for me, I'm very good at. What I need to work on in terms of self-discipline is really within my habits. I'm really like just stuck within specific habits that I do, whether that be nicotine or smoking of some sort or whatever it may be. It goes down to little mannerisms that I do that I catch myself and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I realize, I do that exact thing that I just talked about. I find ways to justify it, or I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to change in 3 days. I'll try to quit chewing in 3 days, or I'll try doing this in 3 days instead of, and start looking at it as a long-term thing. Which recently what I've come to do is kind of look at about it in terms of a diet thing.
Yeah.
How a lot of people look at a diet and they're like, okay, well, this is a 6-week diet. Once I do this, I've reached my goal and that's it. And I'm like, a diet really should be a lifestyle change so that you can achieve what you have. And so habits are the same way. It's like, why am I trying to achieve a short-term thing of don't chew for 2 weeks when really it's like, hey, why don't you try not to chew for 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And then just see, holy crap, 24 hours? Let's see if I can go 72 hours. And slowly look at the small achievements to build off of, and then it seems less dramatic, but also it's like, I don't have an end point. I'm just going day by day, or I'm going to my next progression point. Which, that for me, that like I said, that's easier for me to explain. It's easier for me to say than it is to obviously follow through. But it is definitely something that I'm trying to do, and that I want to hopefully be able to achieve. And I mean, it kind of goes back to last year. This podcast did a lot with in terms of me hitting my e-cig. Like, I was just hitting the butt end of a pod I found in my car, but I think since March or April, there's only been 3 times. I've only bought pods 3 times, which that's literally like, that's amazing. That's incredible. So I know that I can do it. It's just finding the reason and the why, and then the reminder is kind of with it. So self-discipline, I think, is one that, holy crap, we all need to work on, like you said, but that's one, obviously, for my own reasons. That touched a lot. Like, I'm going to have that down because I absolutely need to work on that.
Yeah, it's, I really, this year I want to make my mind my bitch.
Yeah.
Because my mind has been getting in my own way a lot. I'm going to make it my bitch this year.
Yeah.
My mind doesn't know fucking anything. It doesn't know shit. Yeah. No, self-discipline's a big one.
That's a damn good one. Is there anything professionally or professionally or financially that you're wanting to achieve? Like,
yes. I want. Of course, I want to get this job that I've been telling you guys about that I'm trying to get into. I got that going in motion here in a few weeks. The step 1 kind of. Well, I guess I kind of did step 1.
Yeah.
Step 2, I guess, is taking place in a few weeks. So. That's really my main goal is get that job. And then my big one is going to be to, when I start getting those paychecks, to not be like, oh, look at all this money I didn't have before. Like, because I got some shit to catch up on. I got some shit to put aside. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
we're going to have some savings by then.
We're trying to find a place to, like, a different place to live come August. Like, so,
yeah.
While it is, you know, it's going to be nice to get, you know, the big paychecks for the first time in my life. It's going to be like, it's going to be tough to be like, oh, look at all this.
Not dump it.
Okay, I can't go screw around and go to the casino and go do, you know, A, B, and C. Like, I think the first one I can treat myself to something, but other than that, like,
can't make it a habit.
No, I can't do it. Like, every time I get paid, you know what I mean? I don't want to go around and get, like, a car that's too expensive for me, or go and find an apartment that's too expensive for us, or anything like that. Like, you know, kind of just, you know, get to that point and dig myself out of whatever hole that I am in, and then build from there. I think, you know, by the time I'm 30, 31, start screwing around a little bit, start doing, you know, some fun stuff. You can do some fun stuff before then, but, like, I just, like you said, just don't make it a habit. Like, give myself a little reward for making it to the dance, and then
Absolutely.
And then just keep dancing. You know what I mean? Other than that, just
that's awesome.
Don't dig myself a larger hole because I'm like, oh, okay, I have this now as opposed to what I did have.
Yeah, you're looking at it not as just a financial reward, more as like you're trying to start and develop a life.
Yeah.
So you got to use it in the right ways. And specifically, I get that 100%. I'm in the exact same boat as you, almost across the board within that. Obviously, it's a lot less money that I'm looking at, but same thing that we're doing. That's what my goal is to make more money this year. Somehow find a way to, whether that be changing jobs, or just straight up going and getting raised based on my performance and what I'm able to do and my value of it.
Right.
And that's a lot for moving, which we're moving in June, to try just everything going into it. But that will also lead into the rest of my financial ones, which are just I want to get a specific amount saved within retirement account, because I just started one, so I'm way behind, but need to have something, you know. Or I just started one with my job. I want to buy some silver, but silver right now is whole.
I know you were telling me. It's nuts.
Dude, I've been watching it the last 2 days, nonstop auctions, eBay, straight up the sites like JM Bullion, SD Bullion. It is disgusting, the price of silver right now. And like, if I wanted to, I would make, like, my goal, the price of silver right now, my goal was that in 20 to 30 years, this would be the price of silver so I could sell it all.
Yeah.
So, like, I have in 2 years achieved, like, I could make stupid money on myself right now. But the problem is, it wouldn't help me, because I would just take it and probably try to pay off as much debt as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I would still owe debt, and then it's like, man, I took that as an investment. Like, it's a long-term investment that I'll be able to hold on to, and it'll grow in different facets. But right now, it's so tempting because it's at $80. And whenever I was buying it, like, I bought ounces at $18, but it was at $21 to $22 on average whenever I started. So.
Yeah.
Just atrocious. But so my goal is to buy 20 ounces. I just got to figure out, is it going to be graded? Is it going to be raw? What it is. But that'll be a hard one with the price of it and what I make and everything. But that's why they're called goals, because I'm just trying to get there, you know.
Yeah.
But other just small financial ones. But you really hit it well on explaining what it is you're doing and why you want to, because that's really what it is for me. It's just developmental life. It's to get a house, to be able to do more. I mean, now that we're at where we are with our family and stuff, we've talked many times. Faith wants one already, but we've talked about having our last kid, our second kid. But for me, I have to be in a better position financially. We need to be in a house so that we, you know.
A house for sure.
Yeah, all these things are just
space-wise. Like, and that's not even to put a thing, like, on, it's not even for you guys necessarily, it's just for them. Cause
yes.
I've thought of that in my apartment building, dude. Like, I'm in my apartment building, and I don't have the biggest apartment in the building, but I don't have the smallest one. And I was just thinking, like, there's a couple families, like, downstairs, like, families with multiple children. And, like, I've talked to Jocelyn about it before, and I was like, I couldn't imagine growing up in this fucking place.
Yep.
Like, the building's not bad. I said, but I grew up here. You know what I mean? I was spoiled. Like, I grew up here. Like, I had space.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't, you know, like, I just feel like every kid should get, like, I don't want to say this, because, you know, this is a lot. Like, we lucked into this. My parents bought this whenever the housing market was dead, and this house was also a giant project that is still being worked on.
20 years
almost 20 years later. Yeah. And, you know, I mean, it's great compared to what it was when they got it, but it's like, but it was space. You know, I was very fortunate and lucky to stumble into this, or that my parents stumbled into this, because. But yeah, that's a big one. Like, for the, not even for you guys, just for the kids. Like, you want them to grow up
with, grow up and have stuff. See, that's how I am. Like, my house was never big, which luckily for my first 10, 11 years, it was just 3 of us kids. But like, me and Ryan shared a room, and Courtney had her own room. But so our house was never huge, but it wasn't small. Ryan's room was giant. And then you also look at. We had 80 acres to play.
That's what I was about to say. All the space you guys had to play,
And that's what I tell her. It's like, I don't want all that to have to take care of, but I want them to be able to not have a fence 10 feet from them and be like, that's there, and don't go over there, because that's the road where cars drive 50 miles an hour. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a little bit to where it's just comfortability. It's just exactly what these are. They're goals. Because you want the quality of life to be. It's not that I can't handle it. Anybody can handle anything if you take it as the situations are, and you understand the sacrifices you may have to make.
Right.
But it's more about making the most of each and trying to give, as you said, best opportunity for our kids to grow up and enjoy life. That's what. Dude, before me and Faith were just talking about this, before Layla was born, we were talking about vehicles and stuff, and Faith was very lucky to grow up, and she knows it, like, to grow up how she was and stuff, in terms of just how her parents were able to take care of her and the things that they were able to do for her and stuff. And we were talking about vehicles, and I was like, we're not buying Layla a new vehicle, like, or even a close to new vehicle. And she's like, why not? And she's like, my parents helped buy me. I was like, yeah, but parents were in a different financial situation. The way that they looked at it, were like, they had a different mindset and different goals and everything. I said, and that's also, for me personally, I said, it's not, I said, my plan is that financially I'd be able to afford that by that time.
Yeah.
I said, it's more the fact of what I've learned from having to take care of myself in specific ways. It's like, I don't look at my parents in any negative way whatsoever. For any of it, it's really an appreciation now that I'm at my age that I am, because it's an acknowledgement of, like, okay, it takes just the things that it takes to earn the things that you have, or to have the things that you enjoy. So that was my take for the longest time. But now I was literally talking to her about it today. I was like, if it's just Layla, I was like, I would actually buy her a pretty solid car. Like, I'd buy her an $8,000 to $10,000 car. I said nothing new, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd buy her an $8,000 to $10,000 car, knowing that she is more than taken care of to colleges, through, or that time period, depending on what they have. But it's just funny how your perception shifts, because it really, depending on the goals and what you're able to do, you want to do more for your kids than what you were afforded. And it goes back to, with understanding and not taking anything away from what our parents were able to do with us, appreciation for what we had, and understanding of, wow, they did more for us, so that's just what it is. That's what being a parent is.
My big thing on the car thing, though, like, I don't plan on, like, whenever I have a kid, I don't plan on getting that kid, like, a fancy car whatsoever, no matter how much money I make, because I kind of, like, and I don't want to do this for most things, because, like you said, the goal is to give your kids better than what your parents gave you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I want to give them not a shitty car. I obviously want it to run and work, and I don't want to have to put the thing in the garage 4 times a year. But like, I look back at the cars that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I started with that old Jeep, and then worked my way up, and like, I appreciated the hell out of every new car that I got, because everything was an upgrade.
Yep.
And then even to the point where I got my car that I have now, dude. I was like a kid on Christmas when I bought a 2014 Chevy Cruze, and I still love that thing.
Dude,
I still love that thing because like I grew up on the Cherokee, which was a nice car. It was a pretty solid car. I liked it. I hate that I totaled that thing. And then the Blazer was a piece of shit. The Pontiac was kind of a piece of shit. The Cobalt was okay when it started, but it turned into a piece of shit. And then like it just made me like it made me so proud of myself.
Yep.
When I bought that Cruze, no matter like it's not fancy in the slightest bit. It was a $10,000 car, but now it's not nearly that much. But it was a $10,000 car, and like I felt on top of the world because I was like, this is the best car I've had, and I did this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, like not only did I have the best car that I ever had, but I bought it myself. Like it was the first car I ever bought by myself, and it was the best one I ever had, and I just felt like a fucking champion.
Yeah.
And, like, I appreciated the shit out of it. I drove around so much that night. Like, I got home, and it was my girlfriend that I was with at the time. I was like, oh, let's go to Walmart. I need some things. Yeah. And she was like, you just bought a car. I'm like, I don't give a shit. We're gonna go to Walmart.
That's why I bought a car, woman.
Mm-hmm.
When we're from, we drive around. So.
Yeah, like, I'm not, I wouldn't give my kid a car that's as old as me, like my parents did. But like you said, you know, like, if I made the money, like, give an $8,000 to $10,000 car, then that way, when they get to the point where they buy their first one on their own, they're going to be like, okay, this is A, a better car, and B, I did this myself. Yeah. And like I feel super proud because it is an achievement that you should be proud of when you buy your own car for the first time in your life.
And it's also an acknowledgement of whenever you have a car such as that oh my gosh, because we all, whenever you start looking for cars, you look at cars above. Or probably right at the edge of what you could afford, max everything, you know, to some extent. So it gives you some acknowledgement of, like, how little it takes to satisfy you, as well as a brand new car gives you the same feeling as a 2013. Like, dude, my LaCrosse is still, like, it's the best car I've ever had, and because of that, it's, like, it just all around. So it just goes to that point of, it takes less to satisfy you, and the thing that I said all last year within various episodes, it takes less to make you happy than you realize until you have it, and you're like, okay, wow. And whenever it comes to vehicles, you're saving money if it's an older vehicle. So then you're like, holy crap, I enjoy this, and I'm saving money. This is pretty sick right now.
I always loved whenever people at my old jobs, because I work with so many people that are just financial idiots. Not so much now as I did then when I bought it, but like I remember people asking me what my car payment was, and I would tell them, they're like, "That's it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's a Chevy Cruze." And they're like, "Oh, dude, I'm paying fucking $550 a month for mine." I'm like, "You were stupid. You were a moron. You should not be doing that."
Whenever you buy brand new cars, that's what it is. Unfortunately, dude, I tell Faith that. Faith didn't realize what she was getting into. She got her first brand new job, was a couple months into it, or was it almost a year into it, and just bought a car. But that's what hers is like $450 something, but she pays $550 so she can pay it off early.
Right.
We're about to be done with it in like less than 2 years.
Damn, that's awesome.
But
dude, I'm going to be done a year from last week. I'm going to be done with mine.
That's awesome. I got 2 years on mine, and I should have it 2.5 years, and I should have mine paid off.
Yeah. I just worked with, and the thing at my job, though, was, like, I knew how much money those people made because they made the same as me.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, this car is in my price range. And, like, they would tell me, like, oh, I'm paying, like, $550, $600 a month for mine. I'm like, that's not a price range. Yeah.
That's the difference. You have a price range, and a lot of people just think about, what are people going to think of me of, and what do I want? That the people that constantly trade in vehicles, if you're leasing, understandable, because you have to.
Yeah.
If you're not leasing, I don't understand. I get people that are addicted to having new things, but I don't understand how people don't want to own something. If you're constantly trading it, you never own something, always owe something, and therefore, that's always a liability. So you can't really look at, like, it's just dumb. I just truly don't understand that. I don't get that aspect of it. And that's coming from somebody that buys plastic and coins. So, I'm a retard too, but not in that sense.
We'll transition. What was your last category? Did you have podcast goals?
Yeah, let's talk about podcast goals here. What are some podcast goals that you have for us?
First one's real simple. Make it another year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First one's super simple. To be sitting here in this room, whether it be this room or some other room, to be sitting in a room recording episode 105 a year from now.
Yeah.
Make it to 100. That's another good one. That requires less than a year. It requires a little bit less than a year. But yeah, 100 for sure. That's going to be, we got to make a party out of that one way or another.
I think we should make it a goal, which mine is get better camera set up.
Yeah.
But that leads into one of having 3 guests on this year. We've made it a year, and let's have 3 guests on.
That's good.
Where we're able to, divvy out enough time to figure it out, but also get all of our equipment and shit figured out too, and how we want to do a setup. But we can really take time to prepare and, arrange and get shit organized for it.
And another one that I'd like to do is not particularly the podcast, but it's the channel, I guess. But it's not the podcast, which I talked about over the course of this year, doing the live stream on Twitch, which I did a handful of times. I think I've officially given up on that. I don't like the live streaming thing as much. Anything can happen. You never know when you're gonna have to leave. It's fine for those people who are full-time streamers, which by that I mean unemployed.
Yeah.
But it's not something I want to dabble in. But what I do want to do is I would like to make, like how you make the Silver Show, I would like to make like a gaming branch of our channel. Like we have, how we have the playlists on there, like we have the commercials and the podcast episodes. I'd like to add some video game stuff on there. Because for one, like I do play a good bit of video games, which that's another goal I want this year is to cut back on. But I know that I'm not going to give it up entirely. Like that's my hobby and I like to do it. And I'm going to keep doing it. But I want to make it, I want to make like some content out of it because I don't want all of it. I don't want it to be 100% empty time.
Yep.
Because that's what it is at this point when I do play. It's just empty time. Like it's to have fun or relax or burn time if I ain't got shit going on. Like if I have a random day off in the middle of the week and Jocelyn's in class, like, what the fuck else am I going to do? I do all the dishes and all the laundry or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck else do I do?
Yep.
So, but I want to make it less empty time. I don't want to make it, 0% empty time. Like, there's going to be some shit that I play off camera, but, like, I'd like to make some videos out of it just for extra content's sake and also just to make it into something productive. But I don't want to do the live stream anymore. I think that's something that's a ship that's sailed.
Yeah.
But I would like to make some little around fun videos and stuff of just shit that I play.
Yeah.
Just random stuff, whether it be like a sports game, like whether it be 2K, like I wish I would have made a little series out of the team that I built in there that you were watching before we came in and started doing this. But I feel like I could do something with that. That could be a little entertaining. It'd be just extra content on our end.
Absolutely.
And widens our audience a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because people get on YouTube and like watching people play video games. They'll be like, "Oh shit, this guy's playing A, B, or C," and then they'll scroll through the channel. Like maybe they like it. They'll scroll through the channel, and be like, "Oh, well, these guys have a podcast they put out every week."
Yep. Yeah, no, I love it, dude. Now that I have a PS5, I can join you with a lot of them whenever I get games.
That's right. You
can
do
literally just record it and
Mm-hmm.
We could. That would be really cool to. Me just hop in while you're playing and we'll just play against each other and have me on chat or whatever it is.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Because that's just a personal goal. Faithless playing games. I want to find the time to. Once I get this coloring, that's my first color. I need to finish this coloring book. But the coloring part's done. It's just the writing. So now I have to write a bunch. But
my last big goal would be new computer. And it probably wouldn't be until the end of the year next year, but my household's about to have, one of us is for sure about to have a good job.
Yeah.
The other one, which is me, there's a good chance.
Yeah.
There's a good chance. So, I want to be in a good enough situation to where I can throw a little bit of money out to get a good desktop computer, set myself up whenever I wouldn't do it until after we move. My lease is up at the end of July, so it wouldn't be until after summer. But I'd like to I'd like to go find us a 2-bedroom place. Of course, 1 bedroom is going to be ours, and one of them is going to be the office where she does whatever she has to do, and then I just have a nice desktop computer. Runs a little faster. My computer's fine, but just runs a little faster. Get some more shit done. record on that. Get better cameras, better equipment.
Yep.
But yeah, that would be my last one, and that'll be like the last one that takes place. Because like I said, I'm not going to do it until we get a new place because I don't want to, say I do get this job and then she gets hers, which she's already got hers. She just got to finish nursing school. But like, say we get this and we get set up and then I get all this equipment and then a month or two later I have to move it out. I'm not doing that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to wait until we get where we're going and then get a little caught up from all the moving expenses and then, holiday shop and stuff. And then with what's left over, I'm going to be like, okay, Wyatt's getting a computer.
Yeah. Yep, that's my last thing. That was actually my second thing, but I just wanted to, because with the splitter I can run it from on iPad to any laptop. I just want to get a better camera so that it can be set up away from whatever we're at, so that we can actually start spacing this out. So like, if we had if we were doing 3 people or something, we could almost set it up to where we were at a table and it was just at the end of the table, and but that's really it. You hit really well, and honestly, I added them down just because I love the ideas that you have there. Mine were just 100 episodes, 3 guests, and camera quality. So
3 guests is very good, and I know that's something we talked about months ago, and then we just never got around to it. That goes back to what Nate said, dude. If you don't make plans for something, the time goes, and it never happens.
Yep.
Like, yes, but that's a must. Like that's more than a goal. That's like it's like on the checklist. Like that has to be done.
It'll happen.
And we got 51 more of these bitches this year to get it done.
Yep.
So yeah, that's an absolute must. I know one that would be very easy to get done, which is obviously Dalton. He's been technically sort of a guest, but he's just like popped in and out. And
Hunter Shelf needs to be on there. He's an interesting dude who lives an interesting life, and also he has reserved the right, I believe.
He has. He actually, God bless him. Yeah, he volunteered. He commented and said, So he has to be. He absolutely has to be. I think Ty, if possible, should also be on there. I think that'd be a very good time.
I think sick, even if it's just a call in.
Yeah. And I think the most fun one by far that we could possibly have would be Nate.
Yes.
Because I think that would go off without a hitch.
Which might be just as easy to get, honestly.
Yeah, that would be up to like his availability. But that would be an episode that if it was the first one you watched, you would think, oh, these 3 guys do a podcast every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you go watch the rest of them, like, where's the Jack Korean dude at? Like, but yeah, him being on the show would fit so well that you would watch it and you would probably just think that he already was.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that would kick ass. So honestly, I think we should up our goal to 4 because we just had fucking 4 people that we named off right there.
That's what I just did beside 3 guests. I put them for parentheses 4 guests and named them all off. So
no, and one more. I got one more goal that just popped in my head.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut back on my swearing so we have to do less editing.
See, I'm good until I drink.
Yeah, dude, I was shocked at how few we had on the in-person episode at my house. This is going to be 3 in-person episodes in a row.
That's awesome.
This has never been done.
No, I love
We're going to give ourselves a roadie, an extra roadie.
We're going to get a roadie next year for this one.
Yeah, man, that's nuts. But
this year.
And then I think more in-person episodes should be a goal too.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how many we've had, but like, I think we got to start doing a thing where, like, if we're around no matter what day of the week, whether we record early or not, like, shit, we're recording super early right now.
Yeah.
We recorded 5 days ago. Today's Saturday.
Yeah.
And, like, episode 52 came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, whether it be off schedule or what have you, like, I think any time that we just have 2 hours, we should just make it happen. Yeah.
I think so, too. That makes it more efficient, but also, I think it'll help us plan. I think us planning stuff out will make this one more organic, but also just get us on the same page. So like today, I feel like the conversation just flowed. Like it was very good, and we touched a lot of subjects and went from surface level to pretty in depth on a lot of them too. So, we're able to give our perceptions, our perspectives, and our opinions in terms of how we look at things anyways. So, and that's the point of a podcast, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. It's been a good one so far.
Yeah, it's a fun time, and I want to keep doing this for as long as we can possibly do it. I'm stoked. I'm ready for year 2.
Yeah.
I'm ready for year 3. I'm ready for year 4. You know what I mean? Like, even as we get older and responsibilities, change and grow and what have you, like, I think worst case scenario, we bump the time down on it if we absolutely have to. But like I don't want to see this thing die for quite a good long while.
Yeah, I don't see a need to right now.
Yeah, there's no real reason for it to.
And that's the biggest thing, is you said bump the time down. Even if it's 45 minutes to an hour, that's easy to do. But also, like, it's a good time. Like, we've done that before. But also, that's long enough for people to listen to.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think it would make more people want to listen, because I think some people. I'm not one of them. I love a long video if I'm on YouTube, because I play a lot of YouTube for background noise.
Yep.
And I don't even want to say background noise. Like, I listen to it. My brain.
It's a second thing. Yeah.
My brain doesn't like if I'm sitting there playing video games in my house. If I don't have, that's probably part of the reason that I play longer than I should.
Yep.
Is because I'll have like a YouTube video on. If I didn't have that, I'd play for 30 minutes. I'd be like, I can't do this. I'm done. But it's like I just shut my brain off, my ears go towards the computer, my eyes go towards the TV, before I know it, like, my video's over, and I'm like, shit, that was a 2-hour video.
Yeah. That's the best thing about car rides, too.
Yeah.
You're focused on it, but also focused on driving, so it kind of dials both out at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to a lot of shit. I'm looking forward to the year. I'm looking forward to the future.
I'm excited to see how things go. We'll have to definitely come back and compare this at the end of the year and see how we've done and what we've succeeded in, what we failed in, and then reassess ourselves and set some new goals for 2027.
Yes, sir.
Holy shoot. It'll be over. Yeah, 2026 will be over in no time, dude.
Yeah, 2025 went by in a blink. Every year's a blink.
And then we'll be 29.
Yeah, this is the year that we turn 29, which means that we're almost 30.
Mm-hmm.
Which in a way is terrifying.
Oh, it's awful, dude. That very much bothers me. I don't like that. But
now, one thing, it won't bother me if I have something to show for it. Like, if I achieve all the goals that I talked to you about, I'm not going to give up flying about turning 30. I really don't think I am. But especially if my relationship keeps going strong, because if my relationship keeps going strong, we'll be most likely engaged by the end of the year, and then take things from there. But that's the only thing. Like, if I achieve those goals and obviously keep my relationship going strong like it is, I won't be the slightest bit worried. I won't be the slightest bit worried about turning 30. It'll be nothing to me. Like, because all I want to do is get like the healthiest I've ever been, and that's not a very high bar.
Yeah.
Or at least the healthiest I've ever been as an adult, which is not a very high bar.
Yeah.
I just got to get my discipline back. You know what I mean? Get my high school discipline back. I gotta just picture Coach Osborne and Coach Haley yelling at me, and I think I'll do okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm only scared of it because I hate thinking about our 20s being over, because it really makes me realize how quickly it went by, and also the things that I didn't achieve that I thought I would.
Yeah.
And that alone makes me reassess and be like, man, what were my goals? Like, I didn't have any for the longest time. Like, I thought I did, but I didn't really. And I was really just going with whatever was happening and whatever opportunities came to me.
Yeah.
So now it's more about taking advantage of the ones that I do and taking the risk on the ones that I want to. So I'm not sure.
The good news, there is one silver lining about turning 30, I guess, is that really, like, if you look at it, modern medicine is good, now better than it used to be. People live longer than they used to. And a lot of times, unless you're a professional athlete, very few people have their life set up at 20 or in their 20s. And, like, it's almost like, to a certain extent. Now, this is probably me. Coping very hard with the fact that I'm about to turn 30 and haven't done anything in my 20s. It's probably part of it, but like 30 is the new, like almost the new 24. You know what I mean? Like it's where shit like, because there are some people that do. I don't want to say have it figured out. I don't like that phrase, have it figured out, because so much in life changes that you really never have it figured out. I know people that are 50, 60 years old that don't have shit figured. I mean, not that they don't have shit, but they don't have everything. So having everything figured out is tough.
Yes.
But like there are people that get it figured out sooner than others. There are people that get on a good path sooner than others, but some don't. Some people do a lot of growing up in their 20s, and they really figure a lot of shit out, and then they get the damn thing done then.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, I think that's becoming more and more common, especially as, as more expensive as the world gets. Like, a lot of people nowadays, man, like, a lot of people live like college kids in their 20s in terms of finances, because shit is so expensive and it's so hard to get higher paying jobs, and your higher paying jobs ain't what they used to be because shit's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times now, man, a lot of people don't really get going until they're 30.
I think that's my worry, and that's my concern, is that because I'm on the path of trying to pursue the one that I am in terms of my degree field and specific interests that I have, it's financially set me back so much further than what I wanted to be or where I thought I'd be at. And in comparison to a lot of people, that it's scary to be like, man, what if I'm 30 and I'm still not at it?
Yeah.
But I'm very appreciative, because honestly, aside from the money that aside from financially, I'm very happy with where I'm at in life and everything. And like, I see things continuing to go well, especially with the personality and just the type of person that I am. It's just not actually knowing creates so much anxiety that I'm like, holy crap, this is over. And it's like, oh man, I'll have a 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, and I'll be 30, and I'll be like, all these things. But I do know that I think 30 to 40 will be some of the best years. And then I think 40 to 50 will be the best years. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I agree with you there. I have a good feeling about that as well. Like, I know, like, if I'm
alive, that's my biggest thing.
Like, if I'm not set up well by the time I'm 30, I know I'll be set up good by the time I'm 40. Like financially and otherwise. Just the rate of growing up that I've done.
Yeah.
Like, I know I still got growing up to do, but I know, like, there's going to come a time where I'm never going to be all the way grown up. I'm still going to find real silly shit funny, like I always do, and I think that's good.
That's just personality.
Like, don't take life too seriously, that kind of thing. But eventually, I am going to sort out and find the proper things that I do need to take more seriously, and the things I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to help a lot. But I've already got a good start on that the past year or so. Yeah, man, I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm excited to do another almost 100 of these before we are 30. So
that's crazy. Holy fuck! Yeah, we will be over 150. No, we won't. We'll be right at 1.
We'll be real close. Yeah,
146. That's okay. We'll be up there.
Yeah, because the end of next year will be 104. Our birthdays are around the same time, so we'll be 130s, 140s, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, this has been a good episode. Let's finish this with some reviews. Everybody, we're going to kick off this year with 2 reviews. We've got a good one and a bad one. These are both assumptions. Neither have been tried. But they are gummy themed. We have Clausen gummy pickle spears and chocolate storybooks pickle cotton candy.
Now, one of these is pickle flavored and one of them is not.
And
correct?
One of them is not.
Yeah.
And we will let everybody guess based on our reactions.
Oh my god, bro. What the Alright, if you haven't guessed by now, you might be dumb.
I'll be I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to try this.
I'll try it. Don't say a word until I try it as well. Let's try it at the same time because I don't want to just see your facial expression and then be like, okay, I'm not trying it. I'm gonna make this smaller. It's not as horrendous as I thought it would be. It's not good, but it's not as bad as I thought.
I'm gonna be honest. For some reason, I taste like Ore-Ida taco seasoning.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? It does.
It tastes like taco seasoning a little bit, bro. That's so weird.
Yeah.
We're just gonna ignore this real quick.
Or are you dying?
Yeah, it's fine. We'll have enough. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought it would be, though. I will say that.
I will.
So, yeah, that's... I'm sure some people have guessed by now. That's the pickle flavor one.
I'm giving that pickled cotton candy a 2 because it could be worse. But I've reviewed a lot of things on this podcast, and it's by far the worst. Now, pickle spears, from color to consistency, and the cool little.
These are good. These are awesome.
These are amazing.
Yeah.
I'm with Wyatt.
Yeah, they're apple flavored, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
green apple. From the texture, I like a good, thick, quality gummy. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a lot.
Yeah, you really do. Like, when my first bite into it, I was like, what the f***? This thing's huge.
This kicks butt. I'm going to give this gummy a 9.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
This has been my favorite gummy that we've tried so far, and I've tried a lot of them.
This is good.
I really like this.
This is actually really good. How many are in that jar?
I think 4. So 2.
Where'd you buy those? I'm gonna have to find those.
You can get them offline. My mother-in-law got them for me for Christmas.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Regina.
Oh, yeah. She'll probably see this. That's right.
She must see this. These are amazing.
They're really good, yeah. Did she get you the cotton candy, too?
Yes.
Oh, dropped the ball on that one. I'm not gonna lie. But
Well,
the
I
gummies
think
are
she
good.
knew what they would be.
Yeah.
But these gummies really are some of the best gummies I've had. This will most definitely be, as of right now, it's going to be a running in the 2026 Rodeo Awards.
Yeah.
Review of the year.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
And we might just even have to try to find some more online to retry them.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely got to keep these in mind. Those are good. Those are really good. I got a couple reviews myself that
sir.
That we were. I feel like you watched them as well, right? I got 2 comedy specials. And I want your take on both of them. So Tom Segura's comedy special, Teacher, and Dave Chappelle's comedy special. I'm not going to say the whole name, but it's advertised as Unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who watches it, go watch it, and you'll find the full title of it. But I'm not saying it.
No.
There are words after Unstoppable.
I don't have the qualifications.
I will not say them. Yeah, I am not certified to say them. I do not have
my license. Does not have that class on it.
Yes,
I am.
But yeah, I want to know what you thought about those, dude. Because
okay, so I'm gonna go just overall with both of them. I'm gonna be honest. I personally was disappointed.
Yeah.
I did not find either one of them that funny.
No.
And that really hurts me because I went, like, right now I'm watching Ball Hogs, which is Tom Segura's 2020 special.
Yeah.
Way funnier. Way fucking
it's
funnier.
hilarious.
So, I don't know. And also, Tom specifically said a lot of jokes that he has said on numerous podcasts or in clips that have been online.
Yeah.
And that upset me because, which I know you can't control it, don't talk about stuff on your podcast.
Yeah.
Like the one with his mom, his inner joke with his mom doing drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard that exact story multiple times. And that's, for me, it was like, dude, what the... So it wasn't unfunny. My favorite part about it is that Tom Segura specifically, named it Teacher and understanding why. I find that funny. That story was funny. But I was kind of let down. It's like, man, where's the comedy going for these guys that are supposed to be the kids?
Dave Chappelle's was just a lot of political commentary.
And it wasn't good, in my opinion.
Yeah, like there was a thing or two that was good. The thing about the Falcon was funny. I thought the thing about the Falcon was funny as shit.
Yeah, no, especially tying it in at the end.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
But as a whole, the whole thing wasn't good. And Tom Segura's also was not good. Some parts of his bug me. This might be old man screaming at the clouds here, but the one part that bugged me, like he's, I'm sure you've noticed, just listen to him on podcasts and stuff, how like almost condescending he's got, like as he has grown Hollywood.
Yes.
As he's grown more Hollywood, I guess I should say. But I remember one specific part of that. He was like, when he was talking about flying with the Blue Angels.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I don't know if you guys know who the Blue Angels are. And everybody was like, whoa! And he was like shocked. He was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Like, who doesn't know
like
who
talking
the
about
Blue
the
Angels are?
Globetrotters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, who doesn't know who the fucking Blue Angels are? Like, I know you think you're smart. But do you really? But do you? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you think you're the shit. But do you really think that everybody that watches your shit is that stupid?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what? And that's kind of what. It's funny that you say that because I kind of I thought the same thing to an extent. I was just like, why are you surprised that people know that? And one, why are you surprised that people are cheering about that? Because it's literally as you described them. The U.S. Air Force's name, or like, isn't there that they're like show people basically?
It's like their best pilots.
So not just show. Okay, so to that extent, if anybody has heard of them at all, which I feel like most people have, that's one that you need to be like, similar to when people cheer for if you're pregnant. That's when you need to be like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's right. Like, not, oh wow, you're...
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
peasants have heard about these winged creatures.
Oh. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He's like, "Oh, you losers know who these extra famous fighter pilots are?" Like, yeah. Everybody does. Like literally everybody.
We heard about them before you got an invitation to fly with them.
Yeah, they're literally the only group of fighter pilots that I know the name of. Yes, I know who the Blue Angels are.
Because they're the Globetrotters of
fighter pilots.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Like that shit just blew my mind. I was like, you really think everybody else is that dumber than you? Like that. It actually irritated me.
Yeah.
I looked at Jocelyn when I watched it because I watched it with her. I said, who the fuck doesn't know who the Blue Angels are? She said, I don't know. I know it was Nate. I watched it with Nate yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, why the fuck is he surprised that people know who the Blue Angels are? He was like, I don't know, dude. I was just like,
that upsets. Yeah. It just. Well, I'm glad you pointed that out because it adds to it. It wasn't funny, and like in a time when comedy can be funny and edgy again.
What are you
doing? What are you doing?
Like
they both have talk about in multiple podcasts because they just got done with tours overseas. You're willing to go and do shit in all of these overseas countries and talk about how you don't have restraints on what you have to do besides like not talking about the leaders. Why can't you do that on a special? Yeah,
you have fewer restraints. Like I get where they're coming from because now a lot of people in recent history, a lot more people are up in arms about shit that they shouldn't be. A lot of people get more fired up about shit that's said on comedy specials than they should. But in the past 2 years, it's coming back. Why are you not taking advantage of it?
Exactly.
Shane Gillis is.
Yep. Well, no, a lot of people. Ralph Barbosa, I don't know if you like him. He's got an Amazon specials out. Or
I don't know if I know him by name. I feel like if I saw him, I would know.
He's around our age. He's just a Spanish guy from, I think, Texas or around that area. Ralph Barbosa.
Yes, I know exactly who that is. Yeah.
So he's good at being like himself, and that's what I want. I want Tom and Dave to be themselves. You guys are just, which unfortunately Tom is. Tom has went Hollywood, like you said earlier. His personality, him and Christina, everything is about money and what they can do to make stuff. And
his little joke about being able to kill his wife also wasn't funny. And I don't mean the sense, because that was the thing that made me watch it. So I saw that clip on Instagram, and I was like, I'm going to check out the rest of the special and see if it sucks as bad.
Yep.
But and it wasn't even like, I'm not the person who gets offended by comedy. When I saw that clip, I wasn't like, oh, well, he shouldn't be saying those type of things about his wife. Like, that is not what crossed my mind at all. It's just I heard it, and I was like, oh.
Those are poor jokes.
Yeah, I was like, this just wasn't funny.
Those just aren't good.
Yeah, I was like, it just wasn't funny. Like, it wasn't offensive. I didn't get butthurt about it. It just wasn't funny. It just wasn't good.
No.
Like, you didn't say anything. You just talked about a bunch of hypothetical situations of killing
None of them were clever.
None of them were clever at all. It was like us in middle school.
And what pisses me off is he plays Christina to be such the dumb average white girl. Christina's a famous comedian too, and she's super funny. So you can definitely make her personality be who she is. She's very like whimsical and like expressive in ways. Yeah. She's not your average blonde.
Yeah. His special disappointed me, man. Dave Chappelle's special was. I think he was also himself, but I think he was more trying to get a message across and do comedy, which, to each their own, but it's a comedy special. Bro.
It's a comedy special.
Like, save that shit for a podcast. Mad respect to Dave Chappelle, though. Like, arguably my favorite comedian of all time.
That's what I told Faith. I've watched both specials twice. I watched them both again yesterday, and then the Tom Segura one this morning, because I told her, I was like, I love these guys. Like, I want to give it a non-biased, make sure I didn't miss, or because, you get on your phone during that stuff too, so you'll miss specific cues of jokes. I didn't want to do that. It was actually worse watching it the second time because it reminded me of, holy crap, this genuinely is not good. Like, I was better off paying attention to my phone and giving them credit of like, these people are laughing, so they're jokes.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They were just feeding them to it.
Yeah. And just so people know, we're not the people that are like, oh, well, this is offensive and we don't like it.
We love comedy.
We love comedy. We love offensive comedy.
We're the opposite.
This was just not good. And I'm saying this as a giant fan of both of these guys. And I think that's why I'm more critical of it, because I expected to love both of them.
Oh, yeah, because I watch, no lie, if you look between all the platforms, I probably watch between 50 and 70 comedy specials a year. So I watch low-name people. We only talk about the people we like because they're the ones that, like, I'm not talking about somebody that's coming up. They're working and developing. But somebody that has an expectation and is at the level that they're at, how can you not?
Like, that cemented the fact. I thought this for the past year or two, but those two specials cemented the fact that Sorry, I said that word wrong. A little buzz, but it 100% locked in. Shane Gillis is my favorite comedian today.
Yeah, but I like seeing that there is evolutions and change, and unfortunately, in comedy, it's come to that point. Like, but I am excited because 2026 is.
Do you need a charger for that, just in case?
It's got a charger in it. It just because it's old. It does what it does. It drains while you.
Yeah.
But
especially as we're recording, that's probably why.
Yeah, but 2026 is fuck. What's Nathan's twin name? He does the podcast with. Man,
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee. I'm so upset.
I hated that was my first response.
Bobby Lee's doing his first comedy special ever with Hulu, and it comes out in like 2 months, or he's recording in 2 months, so it'll come out middle of 2026. But I'm so freaking. I love Bobby. I love him, so I'm super excited for that because he's our type of comedy. Like, he's just crack the jokes when they're there, and if they hit, they hit, and if not, okay, well, whatever.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't care.
I love Bobby Lee.
No.
I also, another guy that I'm a huge fan of, I don't like his comedy specials so much, but I think he's one of the funniest fucking humans on earth when it comes to podcasting, Theo Vaughn.
I love Theo. I want to see Theo in person. I think Theo is funny in comedy specials, but it's because he's the same as he is in podcasts. Like, what he talks about is just you get his perception, and he's got a perception that is no other human being has ever had. His outlook's so.
I'd like to have him on ours someday.
That'll be our goal. That'll be maybe 2027 goals. We'll move that to 2027. Yeah. But man, what a good pod! This has been great. This has been a good first podcast of the year. New cover photo. Everybody check that out. Tell us if you like it, and or thumbnail, whatever they're called. And well, Happy New Year's, everybody, from the Backroad Banter podcast. We really appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you next week.